Bliss or miss. And if I can be honest with you, it's a miss for me. All around the board. And I don't know why we're stretching this season out the way that we are, but alas, that's exactly what they're doing. Okay. So we are still in the States, still in Chicago. And you know how normally after the weddings, we have that one night and then we do a brief meeting with the families. And after that, we are off to the honeymoons to meet the other couples, to do everything that we need to do. Well, in this instance, you guys, they're taking their sweet time because I feel like we barely got to Mexico, barely got to Mexico. And a little dry, but I see the drama forming. And honestly, there's one connection that I feel like I'm hopeful for, but everybody else, y'all, I do not see it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. But first, if you guys are new here, my name is Ashley. This is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. Y'all know that I'm here to put you on, okay? So let's get right into it and let us begin with these jokers. Let's start with Carla and Juan, okay? Juanito, I think is what she calls them, or Juanchito, or something like that. I don't think he likes this nickname that she's calling him, but she is. So she says immediately after this first night together, as the episode opens up, they're waking up in the bed together. And she says, listen, okay, there's a natural chemistry between the two of them. And she wants him to get used to spoiling her. So much so, Buki, go ahead and whip up my coffee this morning. All right. Sugar cream, some oat milk, whatever. And then not only that, but Buki, could you stir it for me? Get used to spoiling me. Carla, it's not cute. I don't know if the universe told her that this is the way to be coy and attract somebody. But I don't think he's feeling this at all. She starts talking about her juice addiction, and he says, oh, you have a juicer. And she's like, no, I go and get my juices every day. He says, that's $10. She's like, what you don't know is it's actually $13, and I'll pay it gladly. He says, listen, I do coffee on the weekends, and I make my own juice through the week. So we are really getting the understanding that Juan is about his money, but he's not there yet. He's building. Juan is in the building stage. He is not ready to keep any kind of woman. All right. He is definitely 50-50 at this point. And if that's not her stilo, if that's not her vibe, then I don't know how well this is going to go. Because even though she acts like money's not a thing, it definitely is. She says, I don't believe money is currency. I believe it's energy. And he like, yeah, all right, well, be sure that you're bringing some of that energy into the household because I'm not taking care of you. And this is the same thing that we got when they get to meet each other's people, okay? Now, I will say I did enjoy that her first question to his family was what makes him happy? Because then that lets me know that maybe this isn't all about her. Maybe there is a part of her that wants to understand him more and see what she can do to cater to him, right? And they immediately ask her, what do you do for money? She says, well, I'm a hairdresser, I'm a Pilates instructor, and she does some sort of damn healing, right? All right. And so they're talking, and he's like, he's 50-50. And she said, oh, he's 50-50. And she said, well, we'd have to examine that because, I'm fine being a gypsy out in the woods. And if he wants a mansion, $1 million lifestyle, we're going to have to make that work. Basically, I'm not paying for half of that. Okay. And of course, his family is just very doting on him. He's a great guy. He's this, he's that, he's that, he's that, he's this. Her people immediately want to know, can you take care of her? And he says, listen, not right now. She got to work. She got to work. That's what it is to it. That's all it is, what it is. You guys, I do not see the chemistry between these two at all. And I think they are diametrically opposed on every single level. She probably got with those experts and said, money's not an issue. I don't mind it. And he seems upwardly mobile, but they did not assess this situation properly. They find out they're going to Mexico. She feel like she manifested that baby because she feels like she manifested everything. But did she manifest 50-50? Did you manifest 50-50, sis? Yeah, I don't see it for them. I really, really don't. And my hackles are still up because I think he may be one of the people that may engage in this adulterous affair. Again, we don't know anything yet. Nothing's confirmed. I don't look at spoilers, but my spidey senses are giving me vibes, especially when he saw Madison. But we are going to get into that. But again, for this couple, Carla and Juan, it's a no for me, dog. Oh Lord. Now we got to get into MM and Akechi. I'm gonna get there one day. I just don't see it. I think he likes her accomplishments. I think he likes her successes. Um, I don't know. Everything I saw between the two of them in my mind on his side was very much performative. I didn't see him doing all this touchy feely stuff when they were alone, but as soon as he got in front of the people on vacation, it was different vibes. He's all over her. It didn't give that for me. And so we're back home after the honeymoon. Apparently they kept it PG. He said, baby, but when you touched my skin, it made his liver quiver. All right. And I mean, he's putting it on. I don't, if I can be honest, I don't like Akechi. And I know people are gonna be like, Ashley, you never like any of the guy. I wish I could. I wish I did, but there is something about him. I don't know if it's the pretension. He's like, oh, I just hate ignorance. Well, what makes one ignorant, sir? And ignorant of what and of whom? You feel like you've been misunderstood. Like I just it's the fact that he's always on defense mode. It's this thing of like, I need perfection. I require perfection. If you're not good enough for me, then that's it. I just don't see it, y'all. I don't see it. And I think he's going to do my girl bad. And I'm dreading getting to that point because I'm sick of seeing women on this show uh, be damn traumatized by these terrible matches. I feel like they both love the idea of a husband and a wife, and I think that that's been something that they've both wanted. Yeah, I don't think that's enough, okay? And so her whole thing immediately is, is he going to like me? Is he gonna be attracted to me? He says he has the same issue, but am I gonna be enough? You know what I mean? Is me being me going to be enough? And this is a special message to you, sis. You are enough with or without this joker. Okay, you will continue to be enough. All right. And so now we go and meet the other parents, and they basically his people say that he's got a fan club. All right. He got the hose, he writes the poetry, he does all the things, he lays it on thick. And so he got a team. All right. He's got a team. All right. And are you secure with that? She's like, yeah, as long as he shows me that I'm secure in this relationship, I'm good. I'm a ride with him. Okay. Um, as far as the conversation with her people, I like that they don't play no games. Listen, you already tried out for this show before. Are you really just using this as a platform to get your poetry, your music, whatever it is that you're trying to do out there? And again, he comes off defensive. You must not know anything about the process. Okay, guy, whatever. I just don't. Everything's centered around him. When he spoke with her family, it was about, what I'm trying to do, what I did in my past relationship. I ruined it. It was 10 years ago and I wasn't, ready. And so I cheated. I did all of these things. And so now we're back to his family and they're basically saying, we like the idea of you, but he wants perfection. He's looking for a unicorn. And this unicorn has to be perfect. And one of his sister's friends, whoever she was like, and that's my fear for him because no one's going to be perfect. You can meet someone that's perfect for him, but it's never going to be perfect across the board. And he hasn't been able to get past that. And so you could tell completely internalizes that statement because that was her issue, right? Not being enough. And so she's like, I just wonder if I'm going to be enough for him. I just want to be enough for him. And baby, you will automatically be enough for the right person. Right. Again, he's not everyone's cup of tea and he's not. And I can see why. There's this bravado, but it's not attractive. I don't know. I don't know if it's overcompensating. You guys drop it in the comments because somebody's gonna come for me and say, "Oh, he's a great man. That's a good man, Ashley," and that's fine. It has TBD. TBD. This is just my gut visceral reaction to meeting them. Again, I felt like when we got in front of the people, it was lovey-dovey, lovey-dovey, dovey-dovey-dovey, and I didn't really see that before. We do get to see them in the pool or whatever water it was later on, and she's straddling him, and it's dangerous in here. Take your shirt off. I want to see you without your shirt on, brother. And okay, y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think of MM and Akechi. I don't see it for these two either. Y'all, I wish I did. I wish I did, but I don't. Now, easing on down the road. Yeah. Let's talk about it. David and Dan Michelle, go home and live with your people and stay there, sir. Because what job are you working on shifts? And you got two of them. What is it? Because I guess he works second or third shift, and so they're talking about their schedules and how they'll combine. Again, y'all, she is not into this man. She's turned off. She's unattracted to him because of the living situation, and she says it two, three, four times. Now, girl, listen. If you're going to make a conscientious effort to stay in this relationship, you got to stop bringing it up. It is what it is. You either going to accept it, okay, or not. And if not, just let it go. Enjoy your little vacation, but we ain't got to hear it every single day, every single hour. I get it. I wouldn't want it either. All right. But my God, she says basically she is disgusted. All right. She brought it up again multiple times, says that it was unattractive, and she's not feeling it. So she told his people when they meet that I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It throws me off that he lives at home and the mom jumps in immediately because we know she is going to save her baby. Okay. And she is like, no, it's his own apartment. It's separate. But listen, it's not. Now, if he has a nest egg and he is ready to fully, provide as a husband, okay, power to the people. Again, if this is cultural, find him somebody who's going to be okay with that particular cultural aspect. Not Michelle, because Michelle not having it. And I get it. It doesn't make a woman feel secure not knowing whether or not a man can maintain a household. I'm just saying. It is what it is. And like she said, listen, your mama doing all your laundry, your clothes, your cooking. I'm not doing any of that. All right. So what is it going to be? He's been sleeping on the couch once they get to Mexico. It's just not there. She is completely turned off. It's a limp noodle. I don't see this going anywhere, which again, is it going to drive him into the arms of Madison? He was my other option, you guys. I don't know. Her family says, listen, you're coming too hard. You're going to be pushy, and that's going to turn her off. And I think that's true because he's really trying to sell it. And now he feels like he's insecure because of this, but you weren't. Stand on big business. If you are proud of where you're at 36 years old, then so be it, sir. If you feel like you done saved a bag or two of them, then that's great. I mean, I think there are ways to assure her if you've been doing what you need to do fiscally to maintain yourself and to embark upon the journey of partnership with someone. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But she ain't letting it go. She's turned off, dry as the Sahara down there. He ain't getting no coot nanny. She don't like this man, honestly. And that's what you get when your only requirements are a light-skinned black man. And brother, that's what you get when your requirements are only a blonde haired, blue-eyed white woman. Baby, you get what you pay for. Who is next? Let's talk about it. Camille and Thomas. You guys, this is the only couple I have any hope for at this point. And if you were a part of the live, which we have Thursday nights, Tyra said he looks unstable. I'm not sure. He seemed better in this episode. So we shall see. But if you guys haven't been coming, please make sure that you are there tomorrow, Thursday night. We will be talking Married at First Sight, episode 4, and breaking it all the way down. Camille and Thomas. Now, apparently they have chemistry, but they kept it PG. I automatically feel like there is a vibe between the two of them. They do seem enamored of each other. I also liked when she's speaking with his people. It's about, how can what is it? Who is he? And what does he need in a partner? And his twin brother chimed in, very emotionally intelligent, and basically said something that did give me pause about, the way he eats. He eats a specific way. We already know he was lightweight OCD. And then add on top of that, he can't take any harsh criticism. And so she feels like now, okay, at least I know these things, and we can move forward. Her daddy's basically like, don't play. All right. Do you like her? Do you love her? It's all good. Do what you need to do. But don't play with my baby girl's heart or it's going to be smoke in the city. But I like you so far. And he does. He seems down to earth. He seems like he's really ready and mature for this. Again, my biggest concern with him was I didn't feel like he was doing it for the love of anything. It more or less just felt like I'm ready to have kids. I'm ready to not be a third wheel. I'm ready to have kids and the look of it all, right? But am I really ready for a wife? That's my only concern with Thomas. And you can't take harsh criticism. What do you define as harsh? It'll be interesting because I think she's different. They get to the honeymoon, and of course, they have a really good chemistry. Again, the other couples are looking like, how are you so comfortable with each other already? And he is in it. He's like, listen, I'm ready to get our alone time. He does not have any concerns in vocalizing how enamored of her he is. And I hope we keep that same energy. And I really hope that this is the couple that we can see good things happen for. Lord have mercy. Now let's get to these jokers. Now, this is the one I think that will be wearing the scarlet letter, y'all. Madison and Allen. I really like Allen, y'all. I really, really, really like Allen. I like his family. I like that even in the face of all of these rude comments, yes, rude. Yeah, they were rude. He is still just like, I just want to be with her. I think this is a great possibility, and I am optimistic and hopeful for the future. Because baby, listen, they're kissing that morning after they wake up. There seemed to be a chemistry in the wedding, but by the time we get to the honeymoon, she says that that's dissipated, and now she's having some anxiety around the relationship or the situation. And girl, you just don't like him. That's all it is. He meets with her family, and her dad, first thing out his mouth, baby, is, have you been tested for STIs? Do you have any sexually transmitted infections? Can I see the paperwork? Can she see the paperwork? Because y'all married now, all right? And he says, am I her type? Am I who she would go for if I'm walking down the street? The sister was like, no, absolutely not. She likes pretty boys. She likes pretty boys. And a pretty boy, you are not. And so I think he's confused. Okay, what's a pretty boy and why am I not one? They just kept saying it. Well, the more you're talking, basically, you're a cooker, not a looker, right? You're a talker, not a walker. And I don't like that for him because Alan is not a bad looking guy. And I don't know who these pretty boys are that she thinks she has, because as you look closely, I'm not going to shame anybody, but I mean, girl, Alan works for me. I don't think they make a bad looking couple. I'm just going to sit it right there. I feel like Madison, when she's talking to his family is very much like, this is the person Alan is. He is loving, he's caring, he's kind, treat him well. And the mom breaks down crying. And then Madison's like, well, I don't want to break his heart. And I want to know, why did it get there? She says, I'm optimistic about the future. I want to keep it optimistic and see what we can do, but he's typically not my type. This isn't my vibe. I don't know. By the time we get to Mexico, it's really awkward. He's scared to touch her. She says, well, you can touch the small of my back, hold my hand, things like that, and I'll keep you posted. But I'm just uncomfortable. And I'm like, why are you so uncomfortable now? Again, she is planning her escape. And I hate that for Alan because I feel like he is 100% in the race. She's setting really, really low expectations, which to me is always a red flag and an indicator of the future in these types of shows. But you guys drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you think of it. Again, I think Madison is the one who will be wearing the scarlet letter. That's how I feel about it. That's what I think. You guys drop it in the comments below. Let me know who is going to make it. Who is your favorite couple? Season 18, Married at First Sight. I want to know. Let's talk about it. And I will see you guys in the live on Thursday night. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of it. All right. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.